This probably gives a summary of, for example, how the whole operation works. A very simple framework, so that you could easily understand marketing. So the marketing is about 5 C's. So you understand the customer, competitor, the company, the context, and also the collaborators, right? And that gives you an idea about, for example, how to launch the product, right? So the context, competitor, customers, talking to all of them gives you an understanding about where there is a gap, and then segment them, identify a target where there is actually unmet need, that's target them, and then position the product. Now position, like for example, this is a poor man's washing powder, right? Or it's a people's car, nano. You position it like that, okay, communicate that. That's segmentation, targeting, and positioning of the product. And finally, when you want to take it to the market, what all you can control, what all you have to really manage to make it a success. You need to manage the 4 P's. You need to manage your product, you need to manage the price, the place, and the promotion. Now this is in a nutshell what are the activities that are associated with marketing. So let me kind of reiterate some of these points by looking at either Nano or your Nirma. It's very easy to understand. For example, the company had a clear understanding of what the customers wanted, the C, what the competition is doing now, and then what kind of what company I am, what strengths I have, and then you understood, for example, what kind of collaborators are needed to make Nano, and then what is the context in the Indian context for the Indian consumers. What are the modifications, what are the customizations, what are the Indian road conditions, how do you really adjust for that. These are the 5 C's. Now the whole thing exercise is summarized once you do the strategic analysis and identify a specific segment and then target your product at that segment and then position it as a people's car, that is the STP. And then how do you really market it? Right, it's a product, compact, beautiful, good looking car, priced around 1 lakh rupees, and place its distribution is through various channels. They started marketing this product, they started using various other merchandise to promote it. So the distribution and the promotion, this is place and the promotion, product, price, place, and promotion. That's what basically sums up. Now to kind of reiterate, what are these 5 C's? Now the 5 C's are customers, company, competitors, collaborators, and the context. Now these are very easy to understand because as a marketing person, when you want to formulate a strategy, you need to understand the customers, you need to understand your own strengths and weaknesses, and you need to understand who are your competitors, what are their strengths and weaknesses. You need to also assemble a lot of collaborators who will work with you and then create the product, and you have to understand the context in which you are marketing the product. Now take the case of Nano. Now when it is marketed in India, it has to have a certain kind of features because it's a tropical country. Now if the same car has to be marketed in Europe, then they have made certain modifications. They need to actually adjust to that. That's a kind of a change. Of course, apart from this, you have to understand the STP and you have to understand the 4 P's. Now let's now move on to another aspect of marketing, which is basically what can be marketed. Is it always the products? And that's a perception, that's a common perception. Many of us generally think that marketing is about marketing of consumer products. It's not even just consumer products. Within consumer products alone, you have lots of things. You can market industrial products, you can market what do you call services, you can market various kinds of things, right. So let's now look at each of these things that can be marketed by any person or any company.